day and welcome to Reality Check from the studios of Mass Communication, Nile University, Abuja. It's another beautiful day, and we have with us today a senior lecturer from the Department of Mass Communication in the person of Dr. Murtada Ahmad. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you, Mr. Peter Otto?
Very fine, sir. It's nice having you here with us today, sir.
We thank the Almighty God.
All right, sir. Please, can you give us a little details about yourself for those people meeting you for the first time?
I'm Murtada Ahmad. I'm a senior lecturer in the Department of Mass Communication. I joined the university some 3 years ago, and we have been doing fine with the system. Nile University being one of the world-class university we have in this country. Yes. that is putting in the best to meet the standard at global level.
Yes, sir.
So I think I attended the University of Lagos, where I had my first and master degree, and I did my PhD at International Islamic University in Malaysia. And my interest is in teaching journalism and global communications, with some interest also in development communication.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much. You've gotten the little details about our doctor here, and he has a lot of things in stock. He's a good, when we say good, teacher impacting our next generation of journalists who will be ready to take over journalism and bring something new to the table. So we'll move quickly into our question. With the advent of coronavirus, majority of the institution within Nigeria and outside have moved to online education, online learning. So I want to ask, what peculiarity will the Nigerian nation have on online learning?
I think online system of teaching has become part of us. In the past, we used to see it as something special, but today I don't think it's something special anymore. It has become common in the educational sector. And you see, COVID-19 has come to stay with us, and I don't think it can disappear forever. Maybe you may be having it here or there, but not like we are having it now. So it has come to stay as a member of the family, of the member of the global family. So, and of course, because the world can never be the same again, definitely the system, educational system inclusive, all systems will change.
Yes, sir.
And that is how I see online as a child of circumstance. I said it was very rare in the future that you just do this. We saw it. We used to see it as a special thing, but now it is common. It's common. Not even only at university level, even at a secondary school level. Of course, they have been talking about it, and some private colleges in Nigeria have been using it.
Yes, sir.
So.
All right, sir. But how's the change for the student presently? Do they fit in immediately, or are they still struggling to blend into the new system of online education?
I think let me. This is a framework, but let me speak from the perspective of our own university, Nile University of Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
Our students have been very fit into the system. They are smart students always, like we lecturers. Yeah. So I don't think there's any hiccups. There's no problem at all. Although we may have a problem of technology here and there, some itches. So we can, even in the US, even in the so-called developed nation, they also have that kind of problem. When you listen to CNN, you will see the foreign correspondent saying, "Can you hear me?" or all this kind of thing. So it is just technological issues. But in terms of being fitting into a system, our students are very okay.
Okay, so apart from the technology, are there problems you think we cannot overcome right away?
Yes, definitely. Like I said, that this thing has just become part of us, and then we are using online.
Yes, sir.
Um, to an extent, there is still we still have some problem that we are yet to overcome. If you look at it, when we are trying to write our exam, even though 70% of the students wrote their exam online,
Yes.
we we still saw some students who prefer to write their exam when we return in September. We can say this is just an aspect of, we can call it a problem. Perhaps the fear is still there. They are yet to get everything. Those 30% are yet to get everything right. And they are still thinking about doing it physically. So I think uh, it is not peculiar with Nile University. Other universities also still find that kind of challenges uh, around. But I think with 70% of students writing exam online, I think Nile University has done very well.
Okay, that's good. And you said, over 70% of the students wrote their exams
Yeah,
online.
definitely.
Well, talking about the institution, Nile University, we understand that the institution is very supportive to their staff and students. What are the milestones noted in improving online learning in Nile University?
Nile University has done very well. They have paid salary and allowances. In fact, uh, at the right time. And all staff can bear witness to what I've said. There's no doubt about that. In fact, they try to even do promotional exercise during the COVID.
Wow.
They are serious people. Yet we still have some lapses. We are human beings. We are not perfect, and so that is there. And I want to believe that the staff have been very supportive as well, because they try to understand that this thing is situational, and then we have to get it right. Yeah,
Okay, sir. Nine University have been very supportive. They have been paying salary before time, and staffs could attest to that. But how do you think the student can maximize this situation presently?
I think concerning the student, because of the um, the rules and
Current situation.
regulations based on the situations of the COVID-19. It is not possible for the student to come to school now, although the government has tried to relax the lockdown, and of course the government has allowed students, especially the graduating one,
Mm.
at all levels to to be in school because of their peculiar situation, the graduating one, and we have been seeing them around. Apart from those, I don't think a student can go to university to do anything now. For example, in my office at Nile University, my vices were coming to me, and I was looking at their project until we finished everything. In fact, we had already finished everything online, but those areas that needed some attention, they came for that, and then they came for those problems, and we got the problem solved. So I think that for other students, those that are still in other levels, not graduating levels,
Yeah.
I don't think they can come to school now. What they can do is just to take up the challenge online as they have been doing it, and they have been doing it fine.
If you're just joining us, you're still listening to Reality Check from the studios of Nine University Mass Communication Department. And we have with us our senior lecturer, Dr. Murtada Ahmad. We've been talking about education presently during the COVID-19 period, that's more education moving to online, and how staff and students have been able to cope and fit into this recent change, and how the foreseeable future for students and all of that. So we move ahead to our next question. So, have you noticed any bad moves from students you wish they could improve on presently? Any bad moves or any bad situation from students you wish they can improve? Talking about online learning presently.
Is that question for me or from Mr. Adeyemo?
You sir, you sir.
Okay. Well, students are not the same in terms of strength,
Yes sir.
and in terms of strength, and in terms of coping with the situations. We may have seen one or two students maybe at a level not totally conform with the situation. And this one or two students that we are talking about, even before COVID-19, their situations were like that, not being serious about learning, coming late to class, and the department has notified the parents about this. And of course, when we were having the online sessions, they were not really forthcoming. But these are very minute percentage of the population. We are talking about 1% of the whole. Although we do not happy that their situation is just like that, because they didn't participate in classes and they could not participate in the exam. So, and if you look at the history of the academic performance, you see that this may not be a serious student after all. But I'm talking about less than 1%
Okay.
of them.
All right, less than 1%. There's always a student in every institution that always act in such manner, not attending class and all of that. Okay, moving away from Nile University to Nigerian institution at large. So do you think Nigerian institutions are prepared for post COVID-19 realities in academics?
Definitely, because we have colleagues uh, teachings in other universities like Pan African University, Alikma University, Lorry. I think they have also tried a lot, and they have been using Zoom, using Microsoft Team, using this and that, Google Classroom. They have been using it, so they have been coping to do this. And of course, at the secondary school, we are also parents, and our children, because of the situation of some public secondary school not doing fine, we are stakeholders in private sectors of secondary school or high school education, primary school education. So they are doing it. They have started all these online things. So, and because the thing has come to stay with us, so people are trying to accept, people are trying to cope with the situation and facing the challenges. We see it as challenge until we begin to see COVID-19 as a challenge, not as a problem.
Okay.
We won't move. So because Nigerians, if you look at Lagos State, for example, Lagos State is the most vulnerable state in Nigeria,
Yes.
followed by Abuja, Ogun State, and others. You see, if you look at the approach of Lagos State government to this pandemic, you will know that, Nigeria is a serious country. Let us just use Lagos State as prototype Nigeria. Of course, a prototype Africa. Let's speak the truth. The news is everywhere that the Lagos State government has taken it as a challenge, and then they are winning the game. They are winning the game. So in all school, primary school, secondary school, as I'm speaking with you, I'm in Lagos because I'm only from Nile University.
Yes, sir.
So you can see. So it's like we are coping. When according to history, when malaria first came, it was a problem.
Yes, sir.
Then it later became a challenge. Since malaria came to the world some 120 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
if you have somebody, what's your problem? I say malaria, will say, oh, it's just ordinary malaria, it will go off very soon.
Yeah.
So I think COVID-19 has come to stay with us again. So we have to seize every opportunities that we can grab, and of course maximize to face the challenges and to come out of the problem. So education should not stop because of this problem, and we are managing it. And you can see at global level. In fact, these organizations, whether Zoom, I don't know those who owns it, but I know Microsoft. They have made a lot of money from
Definitely.
this. And the question is, which sectors gave them this opportunity of making money? You see that it's educational sector globally. And in Nigeria has the population. So there's no doubt that they must have made a lot of money from this country,
Yes, sir.
like they have made it elsewhere at the global level.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for that answer. But very quickly before we wrap up this interview, so what are your advice for students presently?
My advice for students is that the student should get ready to learn.
Mhm.
If your institution is providing you an opportunity, they are giving you a grant for learning, you just seize the opportunity and use it because nobody knows when this thing will stop.
Yes, sir.
I want to bet it. The government is like, oh, we extend another 4 weeks. We extended another 4 weeks. It may go like that for the next 1 year. And the university is ready to take up the challenges in terms of technology, in terms of staff, in terms of welfare package, in terms of everything. They are ready to face the challenge like Harvard University is doing. So Nile University is doing that. But my advice generally to our students and students elsewhere is that they should not take it for granted. So, oh, this is a problem of pandemic. We don't. So you have to read your book. They should make contact with their lecturers, and they should seize the opportunity of this online technology to do a lot, to learn a lot. I think that is the only way we can move on.
Yes, sir. All right, sir. Finally, sir, how do you think we can improve the situation presently, improve online learning and everything around it?
Yes. Well, we can improve. There is problem of economic problem in the country. Not every parent has can provide the facilities for their wards. They can't provide a computer. I was asking a student this afternoon. I said, "Okay, can you see what I'm presenting to you?" He said, "No, it's too tiny." I said, "Are you using your phone or you are using your computer?" He said, "I'm using my smartphone." I said, "Don't use your smartphone. Please use your laptop. If you use your laptop, you'll be able to see this." I think what the government should do now, and they may do it for public university students. The public university may do it. There should be subsidy. They should make computer, laptop available at at possible cheapest price for students, so that uh, because this thing has come to stay with us. So what can we do? So the issue is laptops, computers, gadgets are very expensive, but they should ensure that maybe a company, the government may contract a technological company to come up with a laptop that can be sold at the rate of 20,000, 25,000 naira, so that they can use it for the purpose of learning at home. So if we can have this in every home in the country, I don't think we can have problem. So it is not a good thing when students are using their phone to receive lecture. No, it's not the best. Even we lecturer, we can't use our phone to deliver lecture. You can't see everything unless you are using the computer.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's good to use computer, laptop, something like this. I had to buy it for my children because I know that this is the ideal. But the question is, how many parents can afford it? So that is where government should come in and contract a technological company to flood the country, to flood the society with a computer, laptop at the rate of the cheapest price. Let's say 20,000, 5,000. If they can get it for free, I think they should do that. If they do that, they will ease the learning process, and the student will be able to cope with it. So we'll have less excuse to be given for not uh, uh, reading or attending classes or studying. A lot of things are online there. A lot of books. I've downloaded a lot of books during this session, and I've read a lot of books during this session during this pandemic. Why? Because I have the opportunity to use it. That's number one. Number two, the service provider the service providers organization providing like MTN and others should please the government should encourage them to bring down the price of gigabyte so that it will be accessible to students. So this is very important. If we can have this as cheapest at the least cheapest cost, I don't think there will be any problem. So this is where government can come in. And of course, not only government, please, including finance sectors and other organizations in the country like UB, like banks. The
Okay.
banks can assist the government in this area. They should give back to the society. Oil companies should give back to the society. They can give all this laptop. They can give it as cheapest price. They can give subsidy so that everybody will have it at home, especially our children going to school, primary school, secondary school, and of course university. So this is very important. If they can do this, I don't think can have problem.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Government has to come in to help ease the tension on parents, and public stakeholders too can also help ease the tension on parent data providers should also reduce the price for data so people will be able to get access to data to connect to classes. So when you were talking, you talked about public schools, and we realize higher percentage of public school have not been holding online classes within the period of the lockdown, and it's more like it's affecting the student presently. Higher percentage of public schools in Nigeria have not been able to hold lectures, and students have not been able to attend classes. That means their life is on a standstill. What do you have to say about that, and what advice do you have for the government in solving this particular issue, since it looks like COVID-19 is here to stay, and there's nothing said about helping public schools in running online lectures or coming back to holding lectures and helping students pass out, since COVID-19 is here to stay?
Based on information rendered available to me by some of our colleagues in public university, specifically Lagos State University, Kwara State University, and one or other two universities that I know, they have been using this. They have started. It is in the beginning that private university alone were using it. And I think the first private university to use this in Nigeria is Nile University. Yes, Nile University started it. Other universities later were later joining the were joining uh, the 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 the
The trend.
were joining the what should I call it? They're doing the same thing.
Yes, sir.
But public university didn't start with that. But they have started. They
Okay.
have started. And I bet it that between now and the next academic session, which starts in September, before they are planning, they have been thinking it. Even the Minister of Education also mentioned something like that of recent, which I can't totally state here, saying that the university should give them modalities of how they can work. They are addressing public university, not only private university.
Okay.
That the stakeholders, the vice chancellors, the provosts, the rectors of polytechnic should come together and let us know how you want to do this thing. And God give us brain to think. So we can't just stay there without if we are not thinking, we'll not be able to do anything. So everything that we do relies on our ability to think.
Mhm.
I think they are also working towards doing something about it. Like I mentioned to you, Kwara State University has started using Zoom. Lagos State University has started using Zoom. So other universities will join. I don't know whether other universities in the north have started or not, but they can't just hold their hand and watch the situation just like that, watch the trends going like that without doing anything. I think they are doing, and of course, overall, when I mentioned that government and financial institutions and other uh, uh, public liability firms in the country should do something, I know that I'm not referring to only private university. I'm talking about education generally at all levels, uh, public universities and private inclusive. So it affects everybody. So so that they will not be stagnant,
Mhm.
and the student will have nothing to do at home. I think because of the kind of population we have, a very big population, it's a big market for the Microsoft firm. They have a big market in Nigeria. whether in terms of selling their computer or selling data to us. So that is why I said they should just try to make everything available at the possible cheapest cost.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. That's the much we can take for today. We've had Dr. Murtada Ahmad giving us some insightful details about COVID-19 and education generally, and how students have been able to learn online, and how lecturers and also have also been able to adapt to the new system of learning presently. And till we come away again, it's a reality check from the studios of Mass Communication, Nile University, Abuja. We say stay cool, stay safe, and be good. Thank you very much.